Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! How many of you, when you look at the moon each and every single night, think about the love story of Victor and Nova from Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires? If your answer is yes, then this is the YouTube channel that you're really going to love, because I have a greater appreciation for Victor and Nova's love story and can tell this love story seemingly better than anybody else ever could. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel ever. I, of course, am your host, Jonathan Clarke, and for those of you who have known me for a very long time, I've been on YouTube for many, many years, over 25 years. And I've gone on to produce over 3,000 videos about every topic that you could ever imagine, and over 725 videos as of right now for Descendants of Zombies on this YouTube channel. It is truly incredible, and it's been an unforgettable journey because I've not only had the honor of talking about Descendants of Zombies, I've had the honor of meeting so many incredible fans, because you guys are truly incredible. You guys have believed in my vision for Descendants of Zombies from the very first video that was ever uploaded here, because I wanted to give a chance to Descendants of Zombies more than any other YouTuber reviewer had ever before, because I believe there was potential that exists with Descendants of Zombies, and I believe there was even more potential when you talk about Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, because we were coming into a new era. It was the beginning of a new era and the changing of times, and with the changing of times, we too have to change with the times, which I know is pretty difficult for some fans to want to have to do. But as we change with the times, we're being reintroduced to new characters who have the responsibility now of carrying on the legacy of how much Zombies has gone on to mean to each and every one of our hearts. Without a doubt in anybody's mind, I think Zed and Addison have forever and always occupied the hearts of many people who have believed in their love story so much for how many times it was told and retold over the years. But I think that Victor and Nova is going to mean just as much to each and every one of us who became fans of them very quickly, and very quickly, almost instantly, fell in love with this love story. I think at the moment of the Worlds Collide tour, where Malachi Burton threw his arms around Freya Sky, and he knew she was going to be something special, and he wanted everybody at the Worlds Collide tour to know just that. There's never been any doubt in my mind that Freya is going to go on to achieve every accolade that a young pop star such as herself is going to ever be eligible for, because of how much each and every one of us have believed in her. And I think as we continue to believe in her into that foreseeable future, only great things are going to happen for her. And it's something that I am more than excited to be a part of, and I've never felt more honored to be in the presence of so many wonderful fans of Descendants of Zombies. You know, there is a lot of pride and a lot of passion that comes from my heart about every video that I've ever uploaded about Descendants of Zombies, because most of these reaction videos that are being uploaded, as far as I'm concerned, for the very first time by the YouTube accounts that are uploading them, are watching Descendants of Zombies for the first time ever. And you guys had better believe me that when I tell you I've watched Zombies and Descendants over 1,000 times, you had better believe that I've watched it over 1,000 times, because it had everything to do with how passionate the writers and the producers and the cast were to bring this one to life and to really present it with a chance. Because once you fell in love with the Zombies and Descendants, you really didn't care about anything else. All you believed in was that hope existed for you. Second chances and acceptance could become more of a reality for you than perhaps ever before, because everybody deserves to be happy, and everybody deserves to have a second chance in life. And I think that everybody deserves to find and feel accepted. And the greater emphasis of that put forth by Zombies and Descendants was beautifully done. And I think this is why these two franchises have gone on to become some of the most revered and certainly some of the most celebrated of all time. I think that while Zed and Addison's love story will forever and always hold a very special place in our hearts for all these iconic moments, from that iconic elevator scene, which a lot of people tend to forget about, where Zed looked at Addison and said, "If zombies don't win at football, we'll never be accepted." Again, the reoccurring theme of acceptance was illustrated in that scene. Or when Zed caught Addison in his arms for the very first time ever, and they looked at each other's eyes and they made eye contact, realizing they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. Or meeting each other for the first time in the zombie safe zone, and she punched him in the face, a real kung fu fighting kind of moment. Even with how, some ridiculous some of these scenes may have seemed to be, they never failed to touch our hearts. And we believe the chances of us finding acceptance and really finding true love in our lifetime could actually happen for us. And as we saw more and more chapters become developed and become a reality for Zombies, we more quickly fell in love with these characters and really what they represented. And the one thing that we noticed was just how appreciative people like Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim and eventually Victor and Nova would go on to mean to each and every one of our hearts, because it was truly incredible how much they would go on to mean to each and every one of our hearts, how much of a stronger emphasis they would have on each and every one of our lives. Because I think that we all have forever and always wanted to be a part of something special, and really Victor and Nova's love story was one of those many things that allowed us the chance to be a part of something special. I know, regardless of what the future has in store for me, I will never ever forget any of you guys, because you guys took a YouTuber who was pretty much a loser and made him one of the most popular YouTubers of all time. His show now has been seen and heard by more people than ever before, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that. I can't even believe that I'm sitting here with one of the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channels in the world, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that because of how much you believed in these characters. So because of how much you believed in each and every one of these characters, it really gives me no right to really tear down the credibility of Freya Skye and Malachi Burton and criticize it the way so many people have chosen to do. I don't know about you guys, but I've always felt as if people who criticize Victor and Nova's love story, or who have criticized the love story of Zed and Addison, really just do it because they receive some kind of satisfaction from doing it. And they never really had the greater appreciation for the love stories that have been told at the expense of the Zombies franchise. On February 16, 2018, where were you guys at? I was sitting at home. I wanted to watch something on Disney Channel, and on that evening, Zombies had first premiered. And within the first 10 minutes of the movie, while some people, never really chose to give it the benefit of the doubt, I kept watching. My eyes were locked on the screen, and I had felt more captivated about these stars and what they were offering, how they were bringing it to life in ways that no other Disney Channel franchise that had ever been presented ever had the opportunity to do. Everything about it, from its music to its powerful script, I felt intrigued by. I felt as if I was a part of something special, and I was achieving acceptance. I was really allowing my own life to really be put into perspective in ways that it had never been put in perspective before. All these iconic scenes really would go on to mean so much to my heart, and then immediately after seeing Zombies for the first time ever, I started looking up Zombies 2, which eventually became Zombies 3, and all these supernatural characters, which I have believed in more than perhaps any other YouTuber ever has. Because the thing is, I've also noticed that people YouTube all the time, where do vampires and where do zombies come from? Well, the thing is, where these characters have come from, there is such a history and such a lore that go with zombies and vampires. So because there's such a history and a lore that go with just zombies and vampires alone, forgetting anything that have to do with werewolves and eventually aliens, because people have been trying to get beamed up and abducted for years, because there's so much of a story that goes with them. I think that you should believe in a new chapter in Zombies more than you ever have anything in your entire life, because take it from somebody who's been trying to get abducted by aliens for years, which is actually quite difficult to achieve, and a goal that I don't think will ever become a realization for yours truly. I've been saying, Scotty, beam me up for forever. If you even believe in these stories and you believe in new storylines being presented, then I think it's something that you should hold on for just a little while longer, because we still have a long way to go and we have so much to be excited about. When Malachi Burton told Freya Skye at the Worlds Collide Tour that she was going to go on to be something special, he meant it. And I am really excited to be a part of it with each and every one of you, because I'm just as excited as each and every one of you to see what's going to happen in Zombies 5 and Zombies 6 and Zombies 7. While critics have chosen to believe that we will never see Zombies 6 become a reality, you guys don't really believe that, do you? Because the thing is, Zombie 6 will happen, because you can't tell a story in just 2 movies and believe it's told and completed. Because there are so many supernatural characters that could be a part of this franchise, that could go on to mean just as much to our hearts as all the previous characters that have seen their introduction into this franchise. And to be honest with you guys, it's a future that I'm really excited to be a part of. Because from the first moment that you guys saw Victor and Nova be a part of this franchise, and you thought about that reoccurring dream, you thought about, what does this dream look like? They had discovered the power of flying. She had discovered the power to shoot fire, and that she was a daywalker, and she was really embracing it. And I think Victor was the first person that really understood her for being a daywalker. And she, too, was the first person that understood him for being a nightwalker and really accepted him. And that's what made this love story so beautiful, because I think that we've all strived to feel accepted in our lifetime. I'll tell you guys a little story. When I was in high school, I was the biggest loser ever. Nobody ever really took me seriously. I was a video gamer. I was a real tech geek. So I would design anime on computers. I would design websites. I was a real nerd. I was the biggest loser ever. And my passion of Disney, through showcasing it over the years, made more people appreciate how I love so many things about life, and I had a greater appreciation and value for it. And after having uploaded over 3,000 videos, people started taking me more seriously as a YouTuber, which eventually became a passion for Descendants of Zombies. Because one of the greatest challenges as a YouTuber is finding a niche that accepts you for your voice and your opinions of that niche. And Descendants of Zombies was really the first niche that really had ever accepted me as the host of this show, really had given me a chance to become known by more people than ever before. And I have each and every one of you to thank for that. I can never seem to say thank you enough for all the appreciation that I've seen from fans of Descendants of Zombies who have never quit on me and have always and forever believed in every video that I've ever uploaded. And I know that we will see this through together, because we are going to get there. We are going to outshine all the criticism that Zombies may have been the recipient of, that Descendants likewise has seen. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this together, because I'm forever and always going to be here as one of the most dedicated voices and YouTubers when it comes to Descendants of Zombies, because I know how it goes. Every night you're searching up the latest info on Zombies 5 and Descendants 5, and you can never seem to find it. You're always searching up new videos about Descendants of Zombies regardless of what the topic is, and what you're having to do is you're having to resort to watch old archived videos that were probably uploaded over 6 months ago for both franchises, and you guys have deserved far better reviews for a very long time, and I just wanted to be that guy to give it to you, because the majority of these videos are pretty much AI. They are pretty much just fake videos that are made up of fake footage from Descendants of Zombies movies that really have never made any sense when it comes to both franchises. You guys want to know the answer to the question, when is Zombies 5 coming out? Is there going to be a Zombies 5? What is the storyline going to detail? Obviously, the reason for the gap in the release dates is because they have to wait for a budget to drop, a new storyline to be presented, more info on the characters, because we really don't know that much about Victor and Nova. So because we really don't know that much about these characters, that's what makes this story so exciting, and that's what makes us such huge fans of their love story, because I think what's going to happen is we are going to go on to appreciate this love story more than ever before. And take it from a guy who's been a fan of every love story, from Noah and Allie's love story in The Notebook, of course Miley Cyrus's love story in The Last Song, P.S. I Love You, The Vampire Diaries, and Twilight. I feel like I've been a part of everything, and I feel like I've been a part of something special for what feels like forever. And we have so much to be excited about and look ahead to in 2026. We have Freya Sky going on tour. We have possibly Leg 2, the Worlds Collide Tour happening. We have Descendants 5, Book of Wonderland. We have so much to be excited about, and I'm going to be here, to guide you through it. And if you guys would love to subscribe to this YouTube channel, I would love you to be a part of this journey, because in all honesty, guys, your love and support for this YouTube channel has made this YouTube channel happen. You're the reason why we talk about Descendants of Zombies as much as what we have, and why we really believed in these two franchises, because these two franchises have gone on to mean so much to each and every one of our hearts. I have no idea where I would be tonight or what I'd be doing if not for each and every one of you. I'd probably be one of those losers on YouTube that probably had 5 subscribers or probably had just 2 or 3 likes. But, for every video that I've ever uploaded, people have seen the heart and the dedication for how I've been able to tell this story. And you guys have got to admit that I've told this love story better than anybody else ever could, and it had everything to do with how I believed in it, and I trusted in it with all of my heart. And I just wondered if anyone was really going to receive these videos the way that they were always meant to be received, because I think there are more people out there, far more people than ever given credit for, who believe in this love story just as much as what I do, which makes it such a huge honor for me to be able to produce so many wonderful videos about Descendants of Zombies. I have no doubt in my mind that both Freya Sky and Malachi Burton are going to go on to become superstars overnight. I have no doubt in my mind that people are going to feel very passionate about Victor and Nova. I get it. There are people out there that have never heard of these two names before in their lifetime, but trust me, if you take a chance on these two and you give them a chance to tell their love story to each and every one of you, even if you've never watched Zombies before in your life, trust me, watch the original trilogy, then watch Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, and everything will make perfect sense to you. Because if you show the respect to Descendants of Zombies that it's shown to each and every one of us, you will never regret it, and you will never have any regrets for being a huge fan of it. I've been a fan of it ever since 2015 when Descendants first premiered. On July 31st, 2015, I didn't know if I was coming or going, but Descendants of Zombies really allowed me the opportunity to really make sense of everything happening around me. And it gave me the honor of meeting so many wonderful fans who too, have felt very passionate about Descendants of Zombies and everything that goes with it, from collecting the merch to, the music to the powerful script, because it was just not about the music, it was about the beautiful story. And if it wasn't about the beautiful story, it was about the beautiful music, which was very powerful. Songs like This Is Gonna Be My Year and Dream Come True, which became everybody's favorite duet from Zombies 4 Down to the Vampires. We added other songs in there like Show the World and Legends in the Making, which really defined legacies for your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, which I have forever and always wanted to be a part of and always wanted to promote, because I myself have always wanted to and had a dream of going down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. I have no idea if it's ever going to happen for me, but I've always wanted to go down in history for having been one of the greatest of all time. And I like to believe that somewhere, somehow, it will have something to do with Descendants of Zombies for how passionate I felt about it and how I've been a part of it with each and every one of you. The way this YouTube channel has forever and always perceived itself is every day there is a new video uploaded about Descendants of Zombies, and it's always come through for every fan of Descendants of Zombies. As you may have already noticed, there is something here on this YouTube channel for everybody. And I take great pride and great passion in the exemplification of telling these stories over and over again. So the way this YouTube channel works is every day there is something new on this YouTube channel. We don't break, and we go right on through the calendar year, which means I will be here Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, and even New Year's Day, all throughout 2026, leading you into Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland, and I will discuss predictions and my theories on what I think is going to happen about the individual stars. We will celebrate key moments in the history of Descendants and Zombies, and I like to believe that some way or somehow I've been able to present these stories for how they're truly been meant to be presented for what feels like forever, because I know that everybody is a critic, as the old saying goes. Everybody is a critic and everybody feels differently about Descendants of Zombies, but I truly do believe that if you actually give it a chance, you will fall in love with Descendants of Zombies quicker than any of you have ever imagined or ever wanted to believe. Because this truly is a beautiful love story, and while Zed and Edison's love story may have been told and believed to have been completed, I do think we'll see the reemergence of these characters as mentors for creative direction when it comes to Victor and Nova, Freya Sky, and Malachi Burton, because the one thing I've given them a profound amount of credit for and shown them the utmost respect for is how much they believe in each other for being a part of these moments and being incredibly supportive of each other, because I think we all wish that somebody would be just as supportive of us as they are of each other, and this beautiful love story could be told for each and every one of us and that we could be a part of it. I really do believe, I truly do believe that time is the most precious commodity, and I think that because these moments are only ever meant to happen once in every lifetime, these are moments that should be celebrated and should be celebrated together. Regardless if you watch these movies together with your friends or your family or just watch these movies by yourself, you can never deny that these movies have truly gone on to hold a very special place in each and every one of your hearts for the obvious reasons for how powerful and how emotional they were on times, and how oftentimes, more times than ever enough, that you will ever give yourself credit for, these movies have gone on to touch your hearts and forever and always undeniably hold a very special place in each and every one of your hearts. And I have each and every one of you to thank for having made this YouTube channel the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the entire world. You guys are the most incredible fans. You've been incredibly supportive of every video that I've ever uploaded, which is why I've had no regrets from the very first video that was ever uploaded here. It all began with a promise that I would come through with a video about Descendants of Zombies for everybody who had believed in it, because what more needs to be said about characters like Victor and Nova? Their love story is beautiful. Their love story has been believed in. It's been trusted in. It's been told, if not 1,000 times already. It's going to be retold 1,000 times more. And I'm just really excited to be a part of it with each and every one of you, because the reality of life is we still have a long way to go, and I think there are more people out there who believe in this love story more than ever before, who have trusted in this love story more than any other love story we've seen between zombies and werewolves and vampires through the years. I feel like I've been a part of every generation when it comes to this kind of thing, and I think I've had a greater appreciation coming away from it all, and I've never felt more honored to be the one sitting in this chair behind this microphone, sharing with you my stories about what's made me a fan of Descendants of Zombies, and you've been able to share your stories with me in the comments, and together we've really become the best of friends and shared in something phenomenal. Thank you so much for for having allowed me to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies, and for choosing this YouTube channel and having made this YouTube channel your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel ever. Thank you so much from my heart to yours. If you are a fan of Victor and Nova, I know how you feel, and what you should know is that Zombies 5 is coming. We have an unofficial release date yet to be announced for Zombies 5, but trust me, as we close out this evening, Zombies 5 will happen. We just don't know when, because we still have a long way to go and so much more of a beautiful love story to be a part of. And it's a future and one love story that I'm excited to be a part of and sharing with each and every one of you. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that just right now, and also hit my subscribe and my like button, because you don't want to miss out on a single second of the action happening on this YouTube channel, because we still have a long way to go. Having said that, stay calm and zombie on, everybody. Thank you so much for having watched this video.